welcome you to this episode of the Microtransaction. I'm your host, Chris, and today I am joined by the great deliverer himself, aka the Wolverine of the Microtransaction. Liquid, how are you doing today?
I am.
We don't have time for that today, because today we had an action-packed show, okay? We got Halo's flights have been announced. Call of Duty, we got the first look at it. And the PlayStation Showcase. But I'm just joking. Liquid, how are you honestly doing? I just want to make it dramatic.
I'm good. Very well. I'm healthy. At least I'd like to think so. Yeah, no, yeah, that's
diabetes, you know.
So, you know what I'm saying? So. I keep going into Walmart. Oh, I hit my mic there. Keep going to going to Walmart. Just testing my health, my immunity there. You know what I'm saying? Just licking handrails. I don't know why I went that far. I don't know why I'm going there. But
like you look at a handrail, and this is what happens. You look at a handrail, and you're like, I want you to be mine again, baby. And then you're like, hey.
See, I was thinking Aerosmith, like, I don't want to close my eyes. That's what I was going with.
Yo, Aerosmith wish they had anything on Fetty Wap. Alright? Fetty Wap over Aerosmith, hands down.
Okay. That's a bold claim.
That is a bold claim.
But
I'm holding
no,
to it.
I'm excited.
Don't run.
Yesterday, technically, because we're recording this on Friday, it goes up on Monday, but yesterday we got to see the PlayStation Showcase. It's pretty hype. Have some feelings to share. We'll talk about it. Same thing for Call of Duty. I've been really hard on Call of Duty. I watched some multiplayer gameplay. I'm looking at it in a different lens now. But we'll go more into it. I don't want to give it away. But other than that, Chris, how are you doing?
Bro, honestly, I just been clicking heads, ripping them to shreds, just playing on some Halo, just getting ready.
Nice.
My body. These fingers. You have to understand. I know what you're saying. Oh, are you clicking us? No, I'm not a quitter. All right?
Oh, shit.
I am out here practicing on these sticks.
Those are
all
them?
right? You see this? These sticks. These are, first of all, this is phase one. We know where the upgrade is coming. The upgrade is coming. Don't worry about the guys. I have to make a quick trip. Go visit Kanye in Chicago, and after that, we're gonna upgrade the setup a little bit. But my body is ready. Story number one.
Mm-hmm.
Halo flights came out of nowhere.
Yeah, came out of the sky. Just flew right out the sky.
A little deliberate, I want to say. Maybe an hour or two before a showcase happened. Coincidence?
No, not at all.
I don't think so.
There's no way. There's no way.
No, there's no way. They did that on purpose, but I liked the play, Liquid. I liked the play because it made me feel that Halo believed enough in itself to be like, hey, this is happening.
Right. No, I do too. Same here. I feel like we've seen enough of Xbox sort of playing, for lack of a better term, little baby. You know what I'm saying? Like we needed more gut punches from them. Sony gave it to them all of last generation. So like it's time to return it a little bit. So yeah, so it's refreshing to see someone take jabs at Sony. And rightfully so. I think they have a hill to stand on here. So I don't see why not. You know what I'm saying? This is what you need to do. You got to show that you can compete with the big boys, or else nobody's gonna respect you.
You got to put your line. You got to put your line in the sand. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You got to be like, hey, bro. I get what you're about to drop some fire, but we got some more recent hype.
Right.
Okay. And so September 24th.
Mm-hmm.
Say targeting, but someone doubled down on it. I forgot his name. I want to say Joseph Statham. He locked down and said it's happening the 24th of September. So just in case you guys have it, all right, please sign up for the Halo Insider program. And you're like, Chris, it's too hard. I can't do it. They made a video. Because there's over 100,000 people who signed up who didn't do it correctly.
Yeah.
If you need to go on Halo's YouTube All right, we're not gonna link it. Just type Halo and you'll find it. How about this? You got your head, you hit the freaking keyboard, and you'll land on Halo. I don't know what to tell you
Hopefully,
guys.
hopefully.
All right, hopefully, just do it towards like. Well, I'm trying to find the H. Like, do it somewhere towards the middle and
There
like
you go.
roll a little bit. You'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Roll. All right.
And it's like you said, I saw that too. The targeted, you know what I'm saying. I'm glad that they doubled down on, like you said, they really they really expressed that, hey, it's going down on D-Day, September 24th. For those who don't know what D-Day stands for, it's Death Stranding Day. That's the director's cut. That's when it comes out, baby. Get hyped. If you don't get into the flight, get the director's cut for Death Stranding. You won't be upset.
Halo, Death Stranding, probable. One's a walking simulator that does nothing, and one's an action-packed thrill showcase.
You know, I did do a lot of walking in Halo. I could not stop walking in Halo. You're absolutely right. The simulation in walking in Halo is on another level. I can agree with you more.
Anyway, so Halo told us was gonna be in this flight, and I'm a little juiced about it. Okay.
Oh.
And they said like, hey, we're trying to break it.
Okay.
And you're like, what? And you hear that, you're like, hey, wait, what? On Twitter, they're like, we're trying to break it. That's why I don't think they officially put an end date on this list. They just told you when it started. They never told you when it was ending.
Oh, okay. I didn't think about that. Sure.
Yeah, they was like, which is very odd. Normally they're like, from this day to this day, it's going to be this way, blah blah blah. They're okay. So first things first, bots are returning with new tweaks that they were implemented from the last flight.
Mm-hmm.
You shouldn't hear the voice command over yonder so much, and I'm gonna miss it. I liked hearing he's over yonder. I'm like, I love it in a futuristic war where these in the future we got faster than light travel. There's still one dude saying he's over yonder. I liked it. I hope it never goes away. I think it's just funny, and every time I hear over yonder, it always makes me chuckle. Something else they're gonna do, and I want to say it's like Halo Smash. Reason why I say that, because you'll be able to in game apparently customize bot lobby. Like, just it's you having friendly bots and enemy bots. You decide how many, how little, the weapons that are starting, and then you can just like go at it. So it's kind of like you can warm up on your own. That's gonna be in this game, or in this flight, I should say. So I'm really excited for that. Especially it's supposed to be on the flight, and I'm like, that's gonna be real good when you wanna just warm up the thumbs, these old boys. You're like, I don't want to just go cold into a game, bro. I gotta come to a game correct. I want to go into ranked. You know what I'm saying? But I gotta make sure these thumbs are good. And PvP is going to be in this flight.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't structured exactly how it's going to be, but all these things are supposed to be in the fight. So we have PvP, 4v4, and a absolute fan favorite. We got some big team battle.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be 12 on 12. They want to say 24 people. The first time this has ever happened in Halo. And there's going to be 3 new maps that we're going to get.
Oh,
this
really?
flight as well. And if you don't want any spoilers, guys, I'm going to... screw it. Supposedly they data mined the game, and there's like 50 guns in this game.
50? Jeez.
That's what I heard. Don't know if it's true, because I heard it was one of these things. I'm like, I don't want to hear it, but like...
How?
Like...
I
don't know.
Yeah, that makes no sense. I don't know, but okay.
I don't know either. Was in the coding, who knows? It could have been something, take it with a grain of salt. It could have been guns that came and never went. But
I was gonna say fair. Yeah, that sounds about right. Like I could see that for sure. But yeah, I did see the same thing. I saw like you said, bots are back. They said with improvements. I know you mentioned that there was no cap, or I guess they didn't mention a cap off to the test flight, but they did say, however, that they were trying to do a third flight after this one too. Or at least that was in Sketch's tweet. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, I know they said they're going to focus on PvP mode, but apparently the third flight is when they really want to focus on PvP mode, by what I read. And I hear, I know they're supposed to be objective, I think, in big team battle, stuff like that. So that's kind of cool. You know what I'm saying? Like that. My whole thing is, I hear bots, right? And I roll my eyes. Not that it's a problem, not that it was a bad thing before. It's just I've played the bots, and then you gave me a taste of PvP, All right, and that's all I want now. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gave me a little appetizer. I want the main course. So that's kind of where I'm at right now. Like, if they roll this out and if the first day, like, there's bots only, I'll probably skip that day. Just me being honest. Like, I just want to play
Not
PvP.
even to check out the new maps.
Okay, yeah, I guess maybe I'll do that. It's funny. I thought there was only supposed to be one new map. So you're saying there's 3?
I heard 3.
That's cool. But yeah, we'll see what happens.
I know obviously the new big team battle, I think is Behemoth.
Okay.
The name of the map, I'm not 100% sure, but I know that map and 2 other maps are the rumor, and it looks like it's gonna, because obviously we're gonna need a big team battle map. Arguably one of the biggest maps we've ever seen.
That makes more sense then, because like I think they said it was one PvP map, like. Unless they mean the 3 and they're concluding, yeah, like all BTB as well as just regular 4v4 stuff like that. Maybe I don't know.
We're kind of pretty loose. Like, it makes me feel like they were a little loose with it on purpose for piecing over. Now I'm hearing one thing, you're hearing something else. And I'm like, I thought we were looking at, and now it's just a question. But we're gonna heck or high water is coming on the 24th. What, 2 weeks away?
Yeah.
So it's gonna be pretty insane on the Friday. Hopefully they do a better job with the Halo Insider program on Xbox and PC. That needs to be smoothed out. But luckily, just in case, because there was a bit of confusion, if you're hearing this, if you already signed on to the Halo Insider program, you don't need to do anything else. You just go in there, or like you should get your invitation just like you did before. You don't have to re-sign up. It just sends you automatically. If you notice already, you should have gotten probably an invite to the Master Chief Collection Season 8 flight.
Mm-hmm.
So there should be no problem, guys. So don't worry about it. Don't feel like you have to re-sign up. Once you're in, you're in.
It seems like, do you think they purposely chose the 24th to get away from the Call of Duty beta, aka demo?
I don't think so. Only because the Master Chief Collection flight ends like right before the Halo Infinite flight.
Okay.
I think for them,
it's more for that.
Thinking of it as a momentum.
Okay.
I think it just so happened to work out that way.
Right. I got you. But that's pretty exciting stuff.
I think so. I think it's going to be super rad, super fun. It's exciting to see Xbox be a little more aggressive in their messaging and believing themselves. I need Halo and 343 and in turn Microsoft to believe in the product. I believe in it. I need you to believe in. Like I'm here for you. Just show up.
Yeah,
right? We played the game. Me and Liquid both loved playing the game.
It was fun. And yeah, like you said, for them believing in themselves, this is, sort of coming off the cusp. We talked about this personally, yesterday, I think last night, where it's just like, yeah, they've this is coming off of a lot of sort of negative news, as far as what they're cutting out. So, it's good to see finally some more we're back into the positivity sort of side of things, you know what I'm saying? And just, just focusing more on the good things. And so, yeah, hopefully, they knock it out of the park. I know they said they are going to bring in a training mode as well to the academy, from my understanding. So
that's the mode I was talking about.
Okay.
Training mode,
right,
is the thing where you can make your own bots and stuff like that.
Okay.
Training mode, but yeah.
Okay.
To me, I just equated it to Smash. How you can customize the stuff on the fly.
Oh,
okay. Bots and you can have team things. Speaking of other good things, Liquid.
Yeah.
The microtransaction. If you haven't already, please like, subscribe, share to everybody you know. We're here on YouTube. We're here on Twitch. We're here on Instagram. We're here on TikTok. All right, we're all over town. All right. Mm-hmm. So if you haven't already, please like, comment, subscribe, share to your grandma, your auntie, your sister's brother, or your sister's brother. Not your brother, your sister's brother. Okay. Right. That guy's weird.
Yeah.
And if you really man, I heard this segment on Halo. I want to hear you guys cover it even more. Well, guys, if you want that kind of stuff early, you go on our Patreon, give us $1, support the dream. 2 wild and crazy boys who just want a chance to entertain you. And speaking of the lot, Liquid.
Yeah.
If you guys don't know, the lot is a list of transactions.
Yes.
We always got to give our peoples the flowers. So, Liquid, who are these people we give flowers to?
All right, so the flower getters. Let's see. Let's see. Everybody, all the flower getters, raise your hand. You're gonna get yourself a flower. All right. So first on the list, we have Jessica.
Greek salad herself.
You get a flower. Then we have Nung.
Can't believe you're still here.
You get a flower. Yeah, I don't believe it either. I'm surprised. I'm pretty sure you forgot you got this subscription, but you know what? That's okay. Just don't come at me. We have Patrick, aka Patty Cakes. You get a flower.
Congratulations, Patrick.
Dylan, you get a flower.
Oh man, yo, Dylan needs to tighten up.
Andreas, you get a flower.
Dreas, I think he's starting to stream more again. He was streaming last night.
Daddy Warbucks, check him out.
He's pushing towards diamonds, guys. So if you want to see him, go follow Daddy Warbucks on Twitch. He's out there. He's fighting the good fight.
You gotta appreciate a good, road to diamond. Am I right?
Yeah, dude.
We have next is Liz.
Liz, the Elden Ring herself.
You get a flower. Ani.
Ani, the tallest man this side of the Mississippi.
You don't get a flower. No, I'm kidding.
No.
We have
I like how that made you laugh. You're like,
Josh, aka Infinite Neo.
Infinite Neo, by the way, so you guys don't know, he's had a little technical difficulties on his side. If you watch our content and also take his, so he's away from Twitch, but he's building bigger and better. So hopefully he'll get back to you guys as soon as possible.
Yep. And then his brother Justin, also known as Tampa Cornflake.
Tampa Cornflake. Me and John talking about how we're gonna attack this Halo Infinite, baby, and me and him, we're locked and loaded with liquid on. We just need all the guns ready. Maybe we're gonna do some game battles on Twitch. I don't even know if there's still game battles, but I know there's tournaments somewhere. We're gonna figure it out. The microtransaction hitting some Halo Infinite.
They're out there. You guys both, by the way, Josh, Justin, you guys can share the flower. And then last but not least, who get the bouquet? The bouquet goes to Matt.
The best there is. The best there was. The best there ever will be. Constant source of inspiration, our biggest helper on the channel, just day in and day out consuming content, giving me feedback, trying to help us be better, and putting his money where his mouth is.
Right.
And this also aka the fastest viewer we have, Nathan. Just in case you're listening, Nathan, I love you. Theo loves you. All right, cool. By the way, bro, by the way, you gave him that blanket and the Sonic thing as a gift. Bro, before he went to bed, he's like, hold on. And he was looking for the Sonic that has no neck and then the blanket.
The Sonic
it was supposed to be a living room blanket.
Yeah, like a throw blanket. Downstairs. Right.
Yeah, nah, fam.
Really? That's funny.
That went into the bed. That Sonic was a bed toy he went to sleep with, and that blanket was the blanket.
That's cool.
You need to go to sleep super fast.
Nice, yeah. You fall asleep fast, you wake up fast, you do fast things.
Nice. That speed.
Gotta go fast. But ladies and gentlemen, that has been the lot. That has been the list of transactions over on Patreon.
If you guys want to be there, you guys can join. You want your name said into the legend is a microtransaction? You can.
Right. Next up here, we have Call of Duty Vanguard plus the demo. I'm not even going to call it a beta because, let's be frank, it's a demo. That's what it is. It's a freaking demo. The game's done. Come on, Call of Duty, shut up. Anyways. So just to give you guys a few details as far as how this demo or when it goes live. So I got some details here. So it's actually split over the course of 2 weekends. All right. Now, the first weekend is from September 10th to September 13th. So if you're hearing this, you're already too late. That was literally this past weekend that just passed from when this goes live. All right. Weekend 2. Oh, by the way, in that weekend, which is the like I said last weekend, that is for PlayStation exclusive early access. So you have to pre-order on PlayStation, and if I'm not mistaken, you may even have to pre-order it digitally. I could be wrong. Don't quote me on that part.
Ooh.
That's what it is. It is what it is. Now, weekend 2 kicks off on
And it pisses me off. Sorry.
Oh my God. Weekend 2, a little different. It's a little crazier. It's a little all over the place. So stick with me for this one. Weekend 2 starts on September 16th till September 17th. That's the kickoff. That is a Thursday to Friday is what that is. That is going to be open beta for all PlayStation exclusive users. So open beta for just PlayStation users. And that'll be technically Xbox and Battle.net PC players. That's that's for them. They're pre-order or essentially early access. Then once that's Thursday, Friday. Then that Saturday, Sunday, Monday, because it goes from the September 18th to the 20th. That'll be open for then everyone. Everyone's welcome. Nobody gets left behind. Interesting dates, Chris. What do you think?
That is the most cockamamie.
Isn't it? Isn't
I cussed.
No, yeah, that's right. I'm glad you mentioned it because I totally forgot. I didn't realize. I'm like, that's just normal Chris language.
Well, you're doing that. whoa, a little bit. Anyway, I'm a little hot right now, but I just what the hell did you have?
That's a tropical Tic Tacs, is what that's from. Don't judge me, and go on.
Oh my God. Anyway, it's just I guess we're just gonna roll over this Tic Tac fiasco. Anyway, so this is the most convoluted BS from Activision you could possibly get. Like, it shouldn't be this many days. Like, what about the average gamer who just pre-ordered the games? Like, well, I'll get it when do I get it? Thursday and Friday? No. You don't get it this week. You get it next week. And then but I got it on the Xbox. I paid money. Like, well, they sent it. You know what I'm saying? It's like, in this day and age, it really sour when you see such, like, exclusivity. I can't say the word right now.
Exclusively? Or exclusivity is what you're looking for.
That's what the word I'm looking for. That's the word I'm looking for. I'm not gonna try it.
That's okay. they get it.
Sounded hard when you said it.
You all get it. Exclusivity.
But like when it's so deliberate, this kind of reminds me of with Marvel's Avengers, the video game, how they like PlayStation has Spider-Man, and Xbox and everybody else doesn't. And it's just like, oh man, we get it we get the game, but like nowadays with crossplay, it's felt a lot more right now, and it kind of sucks being on this side of the fence. But like, it is the game, but it still sucks.
So I agree. I think it does suck when you look at it as a whole. All right. Part of me is also of the mind that, hey, this has been going on for years. We know this. You know what I'm saying? Like, this hasn't changed. But I get what you're saying. Yes, it still sucks, especially if you're one of the people who actually pre-ordered it on a different console or a different platform that's not PlayStation. That sucks, I think, mostly for you, because if you're waiting for the open beta like me, like, you could probably care less, because you're probably like, I'm just waiting for the one date that technically everyone is quote unquote waiting for. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the open beta. Well, I guess technically not, because since I'm a PlayStation user, I guess I technically do get it earlier. I get it on the same day that Xbox Battle.net gets their opening, their private beta. So yeah, yes,
it's not private then.
Yeah, it's not necessarily private or closed beta. I don't know what you want to call it. Like I said, it does suck. It's nothing new. To me personally, I don't care, but I could understand if someone did care. I completely understand. I don't think anybody's gonna argue with you if this is something that you're pissed off about. So, it is what it is. You have anything else to say about that? Yeah.
Well, not about that, but I want to move into the gameplay mechanics that were introduced into this game.
Right.
I really want to know what you think about mostly like I don't know. They said this special like action sprint. What is it called?
I don't know what it's called, but I know
what dynamic sprint or something dumb.
Right. It's stupid.
It makes you be able to run through walls. Honestly, I just think of a Call of Duty guy just like
Yeah, you just like, and I've seen it in action. It looks cool when you're doing it. Like I was watching a Twitch streamer who just ran into a wall and just instantly just got a quick kill, and I thought it was it was kind of cool. You know what I'm saying? I'm like yeah, that's cool. But once that wall is broken, you can't break it again, right? I mean, but it is what it is. My biggest, or I'm sorry, do you have another question?
No, keep it going.
My biggest thing, because like this is technically running off of the Modern Warfare engine, so it's very, very, very Modern Warfare, which I know that's appealing to a lot of people. Not myself. I'm not one of those people. Even from the lobby system, you could see, wow, that's very Modern Warfare. It looks like they did little to nothing to change it, and I guess that's fine. The one thing that did change, though, that kind of has my interest, is the audio. They said overall the audio is kind of low, and even though that's not, I mean, some people are complaining about that. The biggest thing they're saying, in particular, though, the footsteps are low, and I'm okay with that, only because that was my biggest problem with Modern Warfare, was the footsteps. I think they were loud. You could hear people's footsteps from while you're indoors inside of a building. You could hear their footsteps from outside, that are running outside. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, yeah, it's like that really used to annoy me. So the fact that the audio's lower, I think they're gonna tweak that, and I think they're gonna increase that, because I'm sure they're gonna get a lot of backlash for it. For people who are into slide canceling, it seems like they're putting I don't want to say an ultimate stop for slide canceling. For those who don't know, for slide canceling, it's like double tapping crouch while you're in the middle of running and then pressing the jump button, and you pop up and aim on somebody really quickly. You should be able to do it like almost like no problem, like instantly. You know what I'm saying? Now it seems like there's a little bit of delay where you can do like once, you can't do it like immediately right after. You can't like keep snapping. So by my understanding, they're putting in some kind of limitation to try to help out some of the newer people, or the I guess the casual audience, if you will. So I think that's cool, because I never used to slide cancel. I'll be honest with you. Like I never really cared for it. I'm gonna play Call of Duty how I want to play Call of Duty. That's really what it came down to. One thing that people are probably complaining about is there's the attachments. I don't know if they're complaining about it. I don't think they are, but because it's World War II, right? But you could put for starters, I saw somebody where they could put up to 10 attachments on one gun. 10 attachments.
Holy shit.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah,
no, I gotcha.
All right, I didn't know 10 attachments on one gun. That's insane.
Yeah, you could put like up
to... Is that including perks or no perks?
No, that's no perks. Or I don't know if it's with perks or not. I don't know if you can do up to 10 attachments. Maybe it's got to be with no perks. I would imagine you got to get rid of your perks or something for it. But
how?
Yeah, it's wild. Apparently, this is supposed to be like one of the most highly customizable. Like when it comes to the gunsmith, the guns and stuff, this is supposed to be like one of the most customizable Call of Duties that you could ever find. And because like if you look at the attachments, a lot of the attachments are even like modern day attachments, so they don't even go with the gun. Like you could tell they're just like, oh, whatever, what history tells you about World War II, forget it. Don't worry about it. This is a game, and I'm okay with it. I think that's cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, make it interesting.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm all for that. Like,
because I know on TikTok it got heat because like during the trailer you can see a red dot scope and people were like, "What is happening?"
You can get a red dot.
You're okay with that?
Yes, I'm 100% okay with that, because I don't care about the old school stuff. I don't care about the like. First of all, we're in World War II. World War II games, I don't like them. They've been done so many times that I don't care. I don't want the World War II stuff.
This is what I ultimately want to get to. After this, I have one more question.
Yeah, please.
Are people our age done with World War II? Or is this new generation of gamer, can they get some World War II things? Because I feel like it's newer to the younger crowd. Like people who are just like in the teens, the early 20s, like they weren't saturated with World War II games like we were when we were on the come up.
Right.
So do you feel like, has there been enough time where World War II games are cool again, or like is it just more of the same? Are they just in the same boat?
I mean, you could be onto something, and like part of me, and maybe that's why they feel they need to put these attachments on these like older guns, so that way they could try to capture, like, make both audiences happy, right? And yeah, you could be right. Maybe you are right. like I said, World War II, I don't care about. Modern Warfare, I didn't really care about neither. So the fact that you're telling me we're playing a Modern Warfare engine on a World War II game, it's just telling me you're not speaking my language whatsoever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But yeah, maybe there is a younger crowd who enjoys it. See, me personally, I think the younger crowd really like Modern Warfare itself over probably any of the newer Call of Duties. And I'm talking about Black Ops Cold War. I'm talking about this World War II. I think that's what they want more than anything, to be honest. In that younger generation, I think that's what they're craving for.
Do you watch the actual showcase?
I watched a little bit of it. It was very jarring.
Okay. My main takeaway from the actual showcase is they wanted to show you that they are working at Raven Studios, because they were barely saying they were saying Raven Studios, and they wanted to show like every woman, every minority they had on stage, and just was driving it home that like, hey, we're here for everyone. I felt like it was being bombarded with PR talk.
Oh yeah.
During this, I felt like it was like, oh my god, it's so heavy-handed, and I feel like no one's talking about it.
I honestly, like I said, that it was very jarring to me. I could care less. I was skipping most of it because they were talking about like all the stuff. They were, we're putting in this, we're putting that. I'm like, dude, this is literally the same. There's nothing different. Like, there's maybe a few changes here and there, but nothing that's gonna like set the world on fire in terms of from the Call of Duty standpoint, right? Like, and yeah, like you said, there was a bunch of. It was very. I guess it was very jarring. Hell, there was this one lady on there. She spoke English, but you could tell it was like her second language. So she's like, "Oh, we're really focusing on." And I'm like, "Oh, I'm sorry. Did she what? They didn't bleep that out." She's like, "Yeah, we're really focusing on this." I'm like, "Focusing? What are we talking about?" Like, so
Focusing.
Yeah. Oh, I'll be focusing all day. Anyway, but
How do you feel about the blind fire?
I think it's fine. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I think it's honestly, it reminds me a lot of the lean. I don't know if you remember the lean mechanic in Call of Duty. Didn't do anything. Nobody cared about it. Nobody used it. And in competitive, it wasn't even allowed. So I think this will be the same thing. I don't see this really going anywhere. You know what I'm saying? One change though that I really want to talk about is that and this one really struck a nerve with me. Is that because Modern Warfare tried this and they got backlash for it, and now they're trying it again with this game. And that thing is that so you have a radar, right? When someone shoots, so let's say you're playing your game, right? Someone shoots. Normally, you'll see the red little blip on the radar, right? In order to use that, you have to have it's a perk number 2 to be specific. Now you have the compass as well, like right at the top middle. The compass will show you where it's shooting from, as you're turning around. But the radar, you have to add the perk called the radar perk in order to see red little blips to show on your radar. That right there, I was just like, wait, you gotta be kidding me. Like, are you serious? Like, come on. Yeah. That
I am. What? Is this confirmed?
Oh yeah, no, that was in, like, I've seen people watching it, like, they'll level up and like, oh, I finally unlocked radar. Like, that's what everybody's been trying to get, because it's like you kind of have to have it. Like, if you're a traditional Call of Duty player especially, you kind of, like, I personally don't feel like playing without it. I can't play without it. Like, it's such a staple. Like, I get it or from competitive or hardcore, whatever you want to call it. And I get, like for example, I look at Halo and I'm just like, well, competitive didn't have radar. But that was the thing. Like, that was the point of it. Like, Call of Duty, that's technically Call of Duty thing. Like, that radar kind of, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's more than just showing where somebody's position is at. It's like showing where they're shooting from. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's a little different in Call of Duty, in my opinion,
Dang, that's kind of nuts, and it locks like kind of. If you're playing, like, I would assume the casual. I don't want to say casual when it comes to Call of Duty, but I'm saying the average player. That's what the word I'm looking for. The average player, probably used to playing it, so it kind of perma locks their perk too.
Yeah, technically, absolutely.
It makes everything in the perk 2 slot kind of useless.
Right. Like, I don't care what perk 2 has. Like, I would have to use the radar myself.
Or the basic in-game mechanic that you've been conditioned for, like, well over 20 years to play.
Right.
Wow.
Like, you can get rid of that compass. I could give two. I could care less about the compass.
You give 2 flips.
Yeah, 2 flips. There you go. I can give 2 flips about the compass, but the radar, like they took that out. Like I said, Modern Warfare tried that, and then they got a lot of backlash, so they had to change it back. So they did try it initially, and I remember that was one of my biggest complaints. It was that and the audio of the footsteps. So yeah, that's it. Like I said, Modern Warfare, the attachments thing, I thought that was really cool. You know what I'm saying? I thought the like even the maps from what a little bit that I've seen, I thought even that was pretty cool. Like you said, rushing through the wall, that sort of thing, that's all cool and all. But then they add this radar thing, and it's just like, you know what I'm saying? It's just like, and then I hear that's based off the Modern Warfare engine. I'm just like, it's like for every one good thing, there's like two bad things to supersede it.
The Liquid.
Yeah.
You buying it? A1?
So far, no. That's where I'm at right now. I do want to try though. I will give this open beta, or at least at the time of this recording, the next week's open beta when it finally comes to PlayStation. I'll give it a chance. I'll try to post it on the channel. I don't see there being a problem with me posting it. Go ahead.
Is there crossplay for the beta?
The crossplay will only be on next week. So once it's open for PlayStation users, it'll be open for PlayStation users, and then the pre-order for those who pre-ordered on Xbox and Battle.net can also play with the PlayStation users that are technically open beta.
Okay. Because I'm like, I want to get on the sticks and at least tool around. I do like the World War II aesthetic.
Okay. September 18th would be the day that we can all crossplay without having to pre-order the game.
Well, that's good right before the Halo Infinite flight. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't got to worry about nothing.
Yeah, it's one weekend before. That's why I was asking you about the whole Call of Duty thing. Like, if you think they push it out specifically, on that day, because the Call of Duty, literally their beta week ends the weekend before. So that's what I was just wondering.
Yeah, I honestly think Halo could go head to head with a Call of Duty right now. The way Call of Duty is being perceived.
Yeah, I think so too.
Say it like that.
I agree.
So,
which actually begs the question now. Just like, well, I kind of want to see more of what Battlefield's doing. Like, I feel like they've been quiet. Like, we've seen what they were doing, but I feel like they've been a little too quiet, right? Like, they've been a little under wraps. So that could be a good thing or a bad thing.
What if they like drop a bomb in October? Like, let your competition fight it out a little bit. Let it okay, and then because after the both betas end, it goes back on a cooldown, and there's a wide open slot like a month before your game drops.
Right.
Could be the play.
Yeah, could be. I mean, the game comes out October 22nd, right? Mm-hmm. So you figure early October or something, build some hype, maybe 2 weeks before it comes out, drop a little something. I don't know, maybe.
You have to drop a game. You have to drop like a if you don't do a beta or anything, you have to drop like a deep dive into gameplay.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But show the sexy bits. You know what I'm saying?
Well, we know, but they can make a trailer. They can cut a trailer. We know.
Oh yeah, baby! I'm excited. So. I'm like, Battlefield making a trailer. Say less, fam. I'm more excited for the trailers than I am this actual game. I'll tell you what, dude. Oh my god! Never liked playing a Battlefield ever.
Yeah, same.
I didn't care. But the trailers, I'm here for.
Like,
I remember when the Bad Company had their trailers, and it was like they would make fun of other video games.
Yeah.
Oh my god! It used to make me they made fun of Gears of War, Metal Gear. I'm like, oh, it's just great times.
Right. No, same here. The only time if I was playing Battlefield, it's only because that's what my friends were on at the time. I could care less about Battlefield, but yeah, 2042 has my attention.
You ready?
Yeah. Now I'm wondering if I own anything Razer, but no. Go ahead.
Well, stop it.
Yeah. Go ahead.
You know what you do own, Liquid, is a PlayStation, and they decided to have a showcase, Liquid, and I know I'm expecting you to have the full list rocked, cocked, and loaded.
It's cocked all right, but it's also loaded. Yes, we're
okay.
good.
Cool.
All right.
So, Liquid, go down the list. We're gonna hit everything up. We're gonna give you our 2 cents on, and if it needs a little more extra dialogue, we'll go into it. But we're gonna just speed bullet, and we all know where we're heading to. And by the way, I just want to say, every one of our predictions totally hit, 100%. That's just enough. Nailed it.
Yeah, dude. Sure. Nobody listened to the last episode. Doesn't matter. That was last week. All right. So, PlayStation presented us with a showcase. Now, for starters, I want to talk about just how I thought it was. Well, I guess we'll talk about it at the end. We'll talk about overall the impressions of the show, I guess, at the end. So it kicked off with a somewhat odd trailer. It was a live action trailer. It had people. Now, personally, I liked it. It gave me a lot of vibe of like PS4 vibes. It might have seemed jarring to other people, but it was more of the what I liked about it was like I could care less of what was happening on the screen, but it was just more of a spot the references, the gaming references in the backgrounds, and PlayStation has done this before with like especially during PS4. So if they keep going or leaning into that, I'm okay with that here. The trailer itself was a little weird, but overall, I enjoyed it. What did you think?
I thought it was super dumb.
Really? Even with the references?
I thought it was so... Yeah, I'm like, oh, no. I thought it was dumb. It was lame. And I'm like, especially after seeing the showcase, just made that intro more dumb.
I got you.
It was just super... It's just... You know what it felt like? It felt like it was just like, oh, we're PlayStation. We're so great. Like, I was like, what is this? I'm like, it just was weird. I didn't like it. And I'm down for hype stuff. I'm down for like, hey, let's get hype. We're about to watch this show, baby. It's about to be the most hype-ish ever. I'm down for that. And this did not do nothing like that. So I feel like the show started dead on its face.
Did you when I mentioned the PS4 stuff, do you know what I'm referring to at all? Like, do you know the trailer?
Yeah,
did you like any of those?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like some of them, I thought they were better. Just this just does not hit for me. And then, you know, it also reminds me of when PlayStation had like when the guy died and like for him,
yeah,
and it was all
for
the
Michael
characters in the bar talking. Yeah, for Michael. And I'm like, bro, this is cool. And then when you find out, like, you thought Michael was just a rando, but you found out he was like a kid who loved PlayStation and passed away.
Right.
You're like, oh wow, I didn't even know. I just thought it was a cool thing. Like, we are Michael. Like, you know what I mean? Like, one of the gamers who like. I was like, oh, well, that just made it extra cool. And then when I think of live action stuff, live action ish stuff that I'm like, I compare it to that, and I'm like, this doesn't hold a candle.
I mean, to be fair, I don't know if a lot of the trailers will hold a candle to that one. That one's really good, especially when you see like Nathan Drake talking, or I don't even know if he was talking, but you see a lot of people from the PlayStation universe, But yeah, I mean, it is what it is. What fell on its face for me was seeing that piece of crap Jim Ryan. Jesus.
The bane of my existence.
Oh my God. I saw him just like, dude, you cannot leave fast enough. Like, get out of here. Herman Hulst, I'll be okay. I'm okay with Herman Hulst. You know what I'm saying? He gave us, Guerrilla Games. Like, Herman Hulst is okay. Granted, I get it. He took Shuhei Yoshida's job, which is kind of pisses me off. But whatever. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. Like, but let's get into the game. Let's get into the hype part of it. All right. So I feel like they started off pretty high, like pretty dang high. All right.
I said they started on the face, and then from their face. By the way, Jack Ryan the worst. But from their face, they decided to learn to fly.
I like how you call him Jack Ryan, which is the movie / show, like Tom Cruise. No, Jim Ryan. Yeah, you got it.
They finally announced the Sam Fisher game. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh,
but no, like Jim Ryan. I even have it written down right here.
I like how you don't even call it Splinter Cell. You just call it the Sam Fisher game. I feel like all we get is Sam Fisher games. We just don't get Splinter Cell. Like, he appears in every game. We just don't get Splinter Cell.
They're giving you exactly what you want. I don't get it. I don't understand the problem. I can't even imagine.
But yeah.
But anyway, Knights of the Old Republic. Not a it's a remake.
It's a remake. Yeah, remake. Yeah, from the ground up. That's what it should be, at least. KOTOR remake. That's what we're getting. Wild.
Oh my God.
Wild. Yeah.
I popped. I was like, we were talking about it a little bit, and I was like, he's like, yeah, that's when I really popped. I was like, yeah, me too. No, that's not when I popped.
This is it.
I popped, bro. I let it rip right off the top. I was like, I did one of these. Oh my God.
Yeah, it was cool. Myself. You know what I'm saying? They had Kylo Ren. You know what I'm saying? Look like, right? And that's not who it was.
It's not Kylo Ren.
That's what it looked like.
No,
I'm sure. Yeah, I guess that's true. Okay, but whatever. We'll have someone. I'll be honest. I was getting a lot of Kylo Ren vibes. So it seems like they're trying, I guess, to blend in some of the new stuff. Is that not it? Or
What you're saying is blasphemy right now.
is
The
it?
thing is, this guy is considered. I forget his name, and it's escaping me. So I'm gonna catch some heat too.
Okay,
This guy's
whatever.
considered one of the most powerful Sith of all time.
Oh, really? Interesting. You
Yes,
see,
this guy's a big deal.
I missed the KOTOR boat. I've always wanted to play Knights of the
Oh,
Old Republic. Never played
now you
it.
just gotta wait.
Yeah, but now exactly now all the more. The thing is, I own the game like on PC and stuff. Just never cared because it just doesn't hold up. Like graphically, does not hold up. But hey, we're getting a remake now. All the more reason now to get much more excited. So yeah, I saw this. I got excited. I thought it was cool. The presentation was cool. No release date. Oh, go ahead.
And they didn't say a timed exclusive.
Wait, you said they did. You see, I didn't think it was exclusive at all.
They like to make you believe it
Of
because it
course.
was on Sony, but they didn't say anything. So it is a time exclusive. We found out on Twitter like right afterwards.
Oh,
that
okay.
It's a timed exclusive.
Honestly,
so PlayStation does get it first, and sometimes that's all that it takes.
sure. I'm actually surprised that it's a timed exclusive. I'll be honest with you. Like I honestly,
Oh.
everything before up to a certain point everything up until we saw Herman Hulst talk about the actually mentioned exclusives, I thought everything else was just going to be on everything. I didn't know there was any timed exclusive because I would think. Like you said, it said timed exclusive, but they didn't say anything about it. They didn't say exclusive, timed exclusive. They didn't say anything or console
There's
exclusive.
a lot they didn't say in
Right.
this thing.
But I would think that you would want to like wrap this up like hey guys, you get this, like this is for you for at least a short period of time. So yeah, a little weird
Yeah.
there because I wish I would have known.
Weird. No date, teaser trailer, not so much trailer.
Yeah.
Teaser trailer, but still hype nonetheless. There is
Right.
negatives after the initial shock, but showcase wise, when you're watching it, you don't. I'm shocked that LucasArts has any exclusive deal.
Yeah.
So that shows that Sony is starting to shell out some cashola to keep up with this Xbox boy, because you know. We thought if we saw KOTOR, it would be on the Xbox showcase, not where we thought we would see it on like Microsoft before we saw it on PlayStation, and that it couldn't have been further from the truth.
Right.
Shocking, amazing.
Yeah, no, awesome. And yeah, like speaking of like shelling out money, we'll get more into that later, especially with some other properties. But yeah, that's Knights of the Old Republican. Like Chris said, I think I said, did I just say Knights of the Old Republican? Whatever. You know what I mean. Next one up, Project Eve by Shift Up Studios. It's a Korean-based studio. What did you think about that, Chris?
First, I was like, this looks dumb.
Really?
But let me get there, baby. Let me take you on a walk.
Okay.
Buddy. Let me take you on a walk. All right, let me Death Stranding you.
Oh.
Good for that. And as the trailer proceeded to go on, it got cooler and cooler and cooler. It freaked me out when I saw like the thing that looked like it ain't like the traditional angel.
Yeah.
Have eyes on its eyes. I was like, ew.
Yeah, it was a little weird.
Yeah.
It-
But then I'm like, it kept on happening. There was some gratuitous shots, but it gave me Bayonetta vibes more than it was pervy. So I
Right.
was just like, I'm down with this. You know what I'm saying? I was like, we're having a little fun.
As soon as I saw it, I was thinking Bayonetta as well. Like I was like, wait, is this like a Bayonetta? I'm like, I thought Nintendo has Bayonetta 3. Apparently, like, where's that game? But yeah, I thought the same thing. I was like, man, little risque shots there. So you got a little shot of the rear end, you got a little open leg shot. But overall, it seemed like they shied away from that, and then it really kind of got cool, like you said. And yeah, I think it looks cool too. Like I said, Korean-based studio, never heard of them before. Awesome.
No, just good times. It gave me Devil May Cry vibes, and if
Yeah.
you're doing this type of game, and you remind me of if Devil May Cry and Bayonetta get brought up when they like, oh, you know what this reminds me of? These amazing AAA title games. And
Right.
if you're that company off of one trailer, you're starting on the right foot.
Right, I completely agree, and yeah, no, it's definitely good. Still no release date on that neither, but it was cool to see. But yeah,
Shocker.
right. Then we got Tiny Tina's Wonderland by Gearbox Studios, releasing March 25th of next year. We knew about this game. Nothing really new. I don't know if you have anything else to say.
We finally saw this gameplay trailer. We finally saw what the game looked like in the meat and potatoes.
Yeah, I saw it, and I'll be honest with you, it did make me a little more interested in it. I'm still not gonna play it though. I'll be honest. That's just me. I know I'm not gonna play
I
it.
might bully you into it. I want to give it a shot. I do want to try it, so I'm probably bully you into getting it.
Like, it'd be cool if it came to Game Pass. I'd really play. I'd play it there for sure. But
We play the crap out of it. If it was on
yeah,
Game Pass.
absolutely. All right, next on the list, then we got from Square Enix, coming out in spring of 2022. We got Forspoken. Now this, we've seen the tech demo to this before. Like when they were showing off the PlayStation 5, we saw Square Enix release a tech demo, which they tend to do, and now it looks like it's an actual game. This looks pretty cool.
Arguably top three. I'm gonna say it like that because I'm like,
Oh.
what was some really cool top three best things we saw in this show.
Yeah.
I was amazed. I like the modern worlds put with fantasy and this building story, and they show you the villain right off the rip, and then they show you lose to her, showing you that you have all this amazing power, but this unstoppable force of a witch lady is there. And anytime you have a evil lady sitting on a throne like this,
Yeah.
she don't sit like that on accident.
Yeah.
It's the business.
You're gonna have
This
a bad
game,
time.
At this point, I was like, is this gonna steal the show? They came very close to stealing the show. Watching it, have you watched it like in 4K?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
It
oh.
looks awesome. It's wild. I love the movement. The movement reminded me a lot of Spider-Man, and I was just like, I thought it was sick. Which I was surprised because honestly, when it comes to these types of games, like for some reason, I don't know if Square Enix kind of has it in them for some reason. Like I get like I don't know. I just don't think of Square Enix. So I thought this was awesome. It looked really good. I agree. Modern twist with this fantasy world. I want to see some more. I want to see where this goes.
Couldn't be more psyched for this. Like, oh my god, I'm here for it.
Yeah.
If you would have told me, I'm shocked that Square Enix is making this kind of caliber game. I'm gonna say
Right.
it like that.
Yeah.
I don't mean it because they lack ability and skill. I just mean like this seems like out of their windmill.
Yeah. Right.
And I'm excited for Square Enix taking on the challenge. Maybe who knows, in the studio, maybe they wanted this kind of challenge.
Yeah. You never know. Absolutely. Next up, I don't want to spend too much time on this. Rainbow Six Extraction, Ubisoft, January 2022. We know about this. We saw it. We saw it in depth already. This was stupid. This was just filler shovelware. I don't care. Even the next one, I'd say. I mean, I think it's cool, but still not too much. Only because I already played it. Alan Wake Remastered. Original was made by Remedy, but now it's being remastered by D3T Limited, which worked on like the Shenmue series. They remastered those. So they have some stuff under their belt. This comes out October 5th. I've already played Alan Wake on PC. If you're an Xbox fan, you probably already played it on Xbox. It's a great game. Like, don't get me wrong. I thought the game was fantastic. But again, don't really... It's a big thing because I guess this is the first time it's on PlayStation. So that's huge, sure. But I don't care. I've already played it. This game's out of my... It's not on my list.
I'm excited for the people that get to experience this for the first time.
Same.
And I like the graphical stuff they showed. I think is gonna help mold over, and I feel like this could send the groundwork for more stuff in the Alan Wake / Control universe.
Oh yeah, that's right. Because they are in the same universe.
And that's super rad.
Next up, so then they showed off Grand Theft Auto 5 on PS5. So that apparently that date got pushed back. It was originally set to November 11th of this year. That's not happening. It's now moved up to March of next year. Chris, does this do anything for you?
I'm finally gonna do it, guys. I'm finally gonna play some GTA Online. I'm not. I've never played the game that one time. I'm the only person in the world that I know who's never played this GTA.
No,
game.
you have played it before. You played it for like a day or two. You don't remember? You played with me, Josh, and everybody. You played it one time, and then as soon as you started playing, like literally the next day, we all stopped playing. And then you stopped playing. Like you did get on for a short period of time.
When was this?
Dude, this was years ago. Like this was last generation. And yeah, bro, I'm telling you, I know you played it because one of your biggest complaints, which I kind of felt bad because I'm like, man, the day Chris gets the game, we kind of just stopped. We just fell out of it. We just stopped playing.
Bro, I don't even remember ever even playing this
Yeah,
game.
you
You're
did.
saying I owned it?
Yeah, you either owned it or you did. Some way you played with us for sure. I know you've played with us before
I almost
online.
want to call cap on you.
No, dude. We'll ask Josh off the show here. We'll ask Josh and we'll find out. But dude, I'm almost positive. Like, I'd say I'm 90. Right now, I'm 99.8% sure. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know like I played the game actually on the 360. I don't think I ever played on the Xbox One or the PS4.
No, that's fine. I think you played on the 360 as well. I think you played with us on the 360. Remember, this is the third generation now for GTA 5.
God, what most popular game I'm not playing? Holy
Yeah.
shit. All right.
Next one up, Ghostwire Tokyo from Tango Gameworks. Still no release date. I don't know what to say about this. Like, I like it.
Want to know what you have to say about
Like,
it?
so I like the aesthetics. I love that it takes place in Tokyo. I think it's very nerdy and cool, right up my wheelhouse. I love the very Japanese centric, like demonic mask. This guy, this mysterious enemy, and I love the enemies. I think they're very creepy, very again Japanese horror is what it looks like more than anything to me. And I think that's cool. I love that. I think that's awesome. I think the combat looks so generic. Like, it's so weird because he's just like, huh, 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 huh. Like, you just see these hands. He's just throwing these gang signs. And then they're just like, powers are coming out. So it's just like, I would have been probably happier with a stupid, like, just generic gun of some sort. You know what I'm saying? I would have probably been happier with that. So I think it still has a chance of being something cool. You know what I'm saying? And I'd be more than willing to give it a shot, but I don't know. It didn't do much for me from when I first saw it to like where I'm seeing it now, with the exception of the enemies. I thought the enemies looked really awesome. That's about where I'm at right now.
I agree with you to a certain extent. What I wrote down it is a weird PS2 game, but in a good way.
Okay. So can you break it down a little bit before me?
Oh, okay. So I I loved how video gamey this game felt. It was giving the old school PS2 thing where like teen angst, like you're playing a male protagonist, a little like Persona style, where it's like, I don't know. Oh God, how will I do? Blurry. Okay, I'm back. Sorry, PlayStation heard me talking shit.
Blur world.
You know, so calm down, PlayStation. Okay, who will get me alive?
Oh.
Anyway, all right, but I like the world, the aesthetic. It felt a little janky. Like I want to say, like a little, like not fluid.
Yeah.
Especially when you saw games like
Forspoken
and stuff like.
Yeah.
Forspoken. I'm sorry. Stuff like that. Like it really showed it out, but nothing too negative. Like to me, what I've seen so far, I give it like a positive, like 7 out of 10.
Yeah.
Like, I'm still on board. I think it's gonna be a solid game, but I don't think it's gonna blow my skirt up.
Yeah, no, I agree. I don't think it's gonna set the world on fire, but I think it'll be a solid. I think 7 will be perfect for it. But yeah, we'll see. I'm still interested in seeing more. I haven't taken it off the list, so yeah. Next we saw Guardians of the Galaxy again. Eidos Montreal comes out October 26th. We've seen this game. Nothing really special, right? Nothing new from it.
It just looks like a good old fun time.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be a fun game.
Yeah, I'm interested in it. Then we saw Blood Hunt, which we saw before. Again, all it says is 2021. Again, this is the Vampire Battle Royale game. We talked about this before. It looks so stupid to me. I don't care about Battle Royales. I don't care about vampires. Again, and the weird thing is that it says, oh, it's releasing 2021. There's not too much of 2021 left, but whatever. I don't know. I don't know what to say about this.
Bro, if you would have told me this game came out last year, I'd be like, okay.
Yeah, I could care. Yeah, exactly. Then we got to see a little bit more of a Deathloop by Arcane Studios, which at the time of this recording, this actually releases tomorrow. So this was like the official, I think they called it the character trailer, where it just got more into the characters, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, go ahead. No, please go ahead.
Finish. Do the thing.
Oh, I was just gonna say that so far, like I was iffy about this game at first. I think the last trailer has me turn around, and then watching this trailer kind of more solidified that. I think so. Like Colt is a cool looking character. Like I said, I wasn't interested in this game, but right now this game definitely has my attention. You seem to be. I know you think a little differently. Go ahead. Let me know what you think.
Get ready for a timestamp, Liquid.
Get ready for a time.
If I see any more of this game before it comes out, I'm going to stab everyone at Sony Studios and burn that place to the ground. Since its announcement, it has been at every conceivable showcase. I've played the game. I beat the game. I got the trophies in my non-existent PlayStation already. All right? This is insane. It didn't need to be here. It needed to. You could have just done the same thing with the splash art. We've seen all of this already. Yeah. I was the most hyped for it. Seeing this game has actually walked it back, and I know it's going to be an amazing game. I think it's going to be an 8. The lowest. I think we got a real bang on my hands, but I just hate the way this game has been advertised. Like, yo, save a little bit. Don't show me. You know, let me flirt with me. Let me want it. Let me get after it. Yeah. But you're just giving it up, and I'm like, come on, dude. You're making me unhyped for. I feel it's going to be an amazing minimal 8 out of 10 game.
Yeah, I agree. I think it'll be high up there as well. And yeah, I don't think you have I think you have a fair point. I don't, you know, they have showed it a lot. To their credit, like I said, I feel like it's, to me, at least for me, it's been to their benefit, only because it did turn me around. So, but yeah, I get where you're coming from. If you were originally hyped for it, maybe you've seen it a little too much. And Sony's done this before. I think lots of studios, to be honest, have done this before. I mean, they did it with Spider-Man as well. Spider-Man was like shown everywhere. It was on buses in New York. It was in trailers. It was on billboards. It was all over the place.
Okay, and I don't know, I'm going to sound like a hypocrite, but that's Spider-Man.
No, yeah, I get that, but I'm just saying. I'm just using an example.
Lexicon since for what, 80 years?
Oh, but I'm talking about even Japan. It was big in Japan too, apparently. Like,
remember, there's they have the Spider-Man that has its own mecha.
Yeah, it's out there. Oh man, where was it at? I think I watched a video on this. Is that on Netflix where they talked about that, like the old Spider-Man? Oh, it's weird. It's weird. But all right. Then next we got this was a little weird here. This was called the Kid Amnesia Exhibition. Apparently, it's being presented by Radiohead / Epic Games. Comes out in November. I don't know what this is, and I think that's where we leave it, right? Yeah.
Like the vibe.
Yeah, vibes.
You know what was happening.
Cool. The one thing. So check this out. I'll be honest with you. There is an audience for this. Because I was showing this showcase to my significant other who loves Radiohead. Okay? And so as soon as the trailer started, she's like, wait, are they playing Radiohead? As soon as the trailer started. And when I told her, she's like, holy crap, she lost her stuff, right? And then, because she said that, I guess I don't know if it's the lead singer or whoever it is like apparently very artsy. So like if they have their hands on this, she's all for it. So maybe we'll see.
All right.
It's got to be for somebody, right?
Hey, I'm happy this hit for somebody because I was just like, who?
Yeah. No, I feel you. I was weirded out too. I didn't know. Then next thing was I think it's called Chia. I think is how you spell it. Chia is TCHIA by a development studio. I think it's only 2 people. If I'm not, I could be wrong. Named Awakeb.
Really?
Yeah, I believe it's only 2 people, and they're kind of like showcasing where they come from, which is New Caledonia. I could be wrong. I'm not really sure, and I feel bad because that's where they're from, and they really want to express that. And apparently, their studio Awakeb or Awaseb, I'm not sure how to pronounce it. It's like it means like it's all good, or like just like like hey, it's all good, like Hakuna Matata, no worries, shit, stuff like that, But yeah, I think it looks awesome. It gives me a lot of Wind Waker vibes. You could transform into like other sea creatures or any creatures, really animal creatures. It seems like looks pretty awesome. What do you think?
Great looking game.
Mm-hmm.
Music's awesome.
Right.
The design great. I will never play this game.
Yeah. No release date anyway, so we'll never know when it's coming out.
Oh, I noticed a trend.
Then we have Uncharted 4 Lost Legacy, or Uncharted 4 and Lost Legacy, rather.
Are you sure? Are you sure, Liquid?
It has to be.
Because it didn't say it. It didn't say it at all during this showcase.
It didn't say what? What didn't it say?
What the game was called. What we were looking at.
No, well, I mean, I feel like you could see the cutscenes, but it did say it. It said Uncharted 4, then it said Lost Legacy, and then it said coming to PS5 and PC.
It's named something else. We had to find out. We found out on Twitter like hours.
Oh,
after,
really?
It actually has a name.
Oh, really?
The collection has like a name. I don't know what it is.
Yeah,
but it wasn't on the showcase.
It's probably called the not Nathan Drake collection, which start. So that's part 4, and you know, the one starring Chloe and Nadine. I think this is cool. I think more people need to play, honestly, Lost Legacy. I think Lost Legacy is it doesn't get enough attention. I feel like part 4 came out a little bit before Lost Legacy, and honestly, I think Lost Legacy is actually a better game overall than part 4 was. That might be a hot take, but I really do. I think Nadine and Laura Bailey as Nadine, you know, does phenomenal as Nadine. I mean, she knocks out the park all the time. And just her and Chloe as well. They work really well together. These two characters, and I like it a lot. I thought it was awesome, and it just shows more of this Uncharted world. And yeah, I encourage more and more people to play it if you can. It's on sale right now, also on PlayStation for like $9 or something.
And it's coming out to PC. So if you guys for some reason are like, let's just say you're like me, but you have a PC, and you're like, oh, I've always wanted to play Uncharted, just haven't got the console. Well, here you go, fam. Yep. You finally get to see what the hype's about.
Right.
I would love to see more non-PlayStation folk get their hands on Uncharted and see what they think. Because there's been a little bit of controversy about Uncharted. They're like, Uncharted, is it overrated? And it's like, I don't think so.
Mm-hmm.
But it's an interesting conversation.
So I don't think it's over. I think the only way you call it overrated now is only because there's like I at one point I thought, hey, Uncharted is probably one of the best looking games I've ever seen, and even plays really, really well. The only thing that kind of comes close, or the only thing that surpasses it, would probably be Last of Us for me. So it's just like it's the same studio, you know what I'm saying? And only problem is though, again, no release date. So now we got to it's so funny because by this time in the show, like before even Herman Hulst got on, I was just like, listen, we saw KOTOR remake, cool, you know what I'm saying? We saw the Forspoken, seemed like the best thing shown so far, and I was like, dude, these last 10 minutes, they better hope they bring it, because like it's not like this thing is kind of lackluster. Like there's like 2 games that I really care about that I didn't know of, you know. And yeah, I was, with what I saw, I was impressed. So let's get into it. All right, so first thing they showed, which was completely, now this got my biggest pop, all right, my biggest hype, was Wolverine. All right, now just to give the people a recap. All right, the first thing we saw Insomniac Games, we saw Marvel Studios. So one is led to believe, hey, this is Spider-Man 2.
Obviously.
Right. Nope. Completely flipped the switch. You see a bar scene, and I'm like, it's so funny because when I saw the bar scene and I saw, you know, who's sitting in the bar stool, I'm like, oh man, Wolverine's coming to Spider-Man. That's what I'm thinking still. No.
Really?
Yeah, I'm like, oh, they're gonna bring Wolverine to Spider-Man. I'm like, that is cool. Wolverine is my favorite character. It's my favorite superhero character. So I thought, you know, that I'm like, okay, that's cool and stuff. Then when I saw the logo that said Wolverine, I was like, oh my god, I just lost it. And I'm just like, whoa, dude. Granted, I know we didn't see any gameplay. Granted, this game's not coming to 2025, 2030, who knows. But the fact that I know it exists, the fact that I know that Insomniac has done such a great job with Spider-Man, that Marvel would trust them with Wolverine, blows my mind. I was just, and rightfully so. I think Insomniac does deserve a shot at any superhero game at this point. Because when I first heard that Spider-Man, my immediate thought was just like, well, I'll be honest with you. Nobody's going to be able to take the mantle from the people who make the best superhero game, which is Rocksteady. They make the Arkham series, Batman Arkham series. But after Spider-Man, I'm like, oh, man, it's kind of tough because Spider-Man was fantastic. It was spectacular, if you will.
Nice. Liquid.
Yeah.
Let me tell the gamers at home. This was the most hype thing ever. You didn't see it coming. There were
Yeah.
zero spoilers. No one even imagined a
Right.
standalone Wolverine game
Right.
in this day and age. You think Marvel, you think Avengers nowadays. So you think
Yeah.
you're not thinking you're gonna get an X-Men game out of literal nowhere.
Right.
And it came, and all once you saw the bruised knuckles, and it makes you think like, oh, it's about to go, and the claws just come out, and it's just an instant nerd pop, and you know it's in the best hands possible.
Right.
Oh, I'm just so excited. I'm so excited.
Yeah. When I saw this,
This game is coming out in the distance, but you know
right.
what? This is exactly what it needs to be. Just let you know, like, hey, it's happening. Got you, fam.
No, yeah, perfect. The last great, the last I think Wolverine game we got was X-Men Origins Wolverine, the game, and that game was great. Like I feel like a lot of people sleep on the game, me included, just because of the movie. But when I heard how good it was, and I played it myself, I'm like, I didn't know like the game got a mature rating at the time, and it had everything. Like that game was cool as heck. Like it was just awesome. And so yeah, so knowing Insomniac's making this, now granted I don't think it's gonna be rated M, it's gotta be T. But even then, you know it's in great hands. Like, oh my goodness. Like dude, that made me happy. Like I didn't really care about anything else, I'll be honest. Other things were cool too, but this has really got me. Again, like you said, distant future, but I mean, I haven't seen any other release date. So in my opinion, everything in this list is a distant future. You know what I'm saying? But do you have anything else to say on Wolverine?
Liquid, you handed it all.
All right.
Gamers get excited.
Oh, please rejoice, get excited, just get all hyped. Then we saw Gran Turismo 7, of course, by Polyphony Digital. And you want to talk about a work of art or a piece of art? This thing looks just breathtaking. Like it's so funny because Chris and I has spoken off air or off, not recording, and I've shared my opinion where I still do believe it, even after seeing this trailer, I still do believe Forza is eating Gran Turismo's lunch, just as far as releases. Like maybe not visual. I think visually they could still contend, but when you see a trailer like this, you're probably not as, you're probably thinking, okay, well, at least Gran Turismo looks maybe slightly better than Forza, but at the same time though, Forza comes out every year. They always, they're always bangers. They're and they always have that audience too. They're constantly selling, they're constantly making their money. So yeah, I still think Forza sort of takes the mantle in terms of the racing games, I guess. But this game looked fantastic. Like it made me interested.
It can't be understated the amount of the pillar that Polyphony Digital oh my god, I'm forgetting the
Polyphony.
name. Polyphony, I always mess up their name, has done for PlayStation, period. One of their top franchises throughout the PlayStation's life cycle.
Right.
And seeing this game just makes you want to get a nice bottle of wine, a nice cigar. Like you're about to have experience, and it's not even the lighting.
Right.
That's so good. You know the thing that I was most impressed by?
What's that?
The UI.
It was pretty like classy. It was
so sleek.
Yeah, it was sleek.
Loved it. It was just the trailer had an elegance to it, and they were playing like apparently a version of
Gran Turismo 4, right?
Yes.
Dude, when I heard that, I'm like, wait, I thought it was a remake to Gran Turismo 4. I'm like, wait, I know this song. And I almost lost it because I played a lot of Gran Turismo 4. And like when I saw that, I was just like, and then they showed the GT, the 4 GT, and I was like, oh, nice. Like it's like little, like homage, I guess. Well, then again, I guess that's supposed to be, I think that's Kazurai's like favorite car, if I'm not mistaken, or something like that.
Yes.
So, but yeah, I'm sorry. Continue. I kind of interrupted there.
No. It was well said. Just showing. That's what I'm saying. You got there for me. Like showing the rich history that Gran Turismo as a franchise has to kind of compete with Forza, which is their direct competition, I want to say, in the racing game genre, and I couldn't be more excited. I think if you're a fan of racing games and even a casual, this is a great time to be into racing games.
Oh yeah, no, I agree. It looked awesome. Like I said, breathtaking. Everything look. You got a little Hachiroku in there. You saw that?
Oh yeah, I saw the A6.
All right. And then so next,
Can't wait to get a Panatrino
Yeah.
delivering some tofu, baby. We out there.
Next on the list here, we saw Spider-Man 2 made by Insomniac. They did put a release year on it, 2023. I don't expect that to happen, so don't hold your breath, people. But it looked awesome. You know what I'm saying? We saw Miles, we saw Peter Parker. Sound like, if I'm not mistaken, I didn't look this up or anything, Kraven the Hunter was the one talking. It has to be, right? And then you get a glimpse, which we've expected. If you watch the post-credit scene in Spider-Man 1, you kind of know Venom is on his way. And then they showed Venom, and man, did he look cool. Oh man, did he look awesome.
Oh, I pop. You know, we live in a day and age where unfortunately we have terrible Venom movies, but it's stuff like this that makes you remember that Venom is awesome.
Yeah.
and you're down. I'm just so down for it. I like seeing the thing that messed me up about this trailer is I thought, I'm like, is this gonna be a co-op Spider-Man game?
Oh,
And they went
interesting.
out of their way on Twitter to be like, this is a single player experience. Because I saw
Okay.
Miles Morales and Spider-Man just beating the crap out of people. Just
Yeah.
unfairly beating the crap out of people. I was like, okay, one of y'all can take this guy. You don't have to slingshot him together and slam him on the ground. You're just murdering that man.
Teamwork
That man
makes
has
the
a
dream
family,
work.
bro.
It's
Dying.
Chris, some people said that this podcast could be done by one man, but look at us. You know what I'm saying?
Look at us.
Teamwork makes a dream work. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, dude.
But no,
I probably could. Anyway, no, just
Yeah.
kidding. Anyway, but yeah, whew.
Oh yeah,
game.
it looked amazing. I think, like I said, Venom looks cool. Everything about it looks cool. Again, I renamed them to Insomniac because they're just holding PlayStation on their back, and they I feel like they still have room for more. That's all they're doing. Like Insomniac is that guy for Sony. That's the team, and man, looks.
Are you saying that officially, bro?
I'm saying it officially. Well, you remember I've been saying it, like, saying it here and there. But yeah, I'm gonna have to. I'm making it official. Yes, Insomniac is that guy for PlayStation. It was Naughty Dog. It is now Insomniac. You know what I'm saying? Now you can't keep the mantle forever. At least I don't think you can. But let's see. That's the challenge. Let's see how long they keep it for. As of right now, with what we've seen so far, I'd say it's gonna be a pretty damn long time.
All I gotta say, if you live in a world where you're saying who's the best Sony studio, and you had to have a serious conversation about it, you're doing something right in that camp.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I think Naughty Dog are arguably the best studio overall.
Right.
So you saying Insomniac better than them? That means they're the best. Period.
Right.
Oh, it's saying a lot, but the thing is, you can say it and it doesn't sound crazy,
Right?
Because that's the world we now live in.
Exactly.
Insane,
It's great.
insane hype. Let's go. Insomniac could do no wrong.
Yeah, no,
Right now.
Insomniac is just knocking it out the park, dude. They're batting for 1,000 right now. It's awesome. And then the last,
We're in the outfield catching all the home runs.
we're out there, baby. We're just here for the show, baby. We're eating our peanuts and Cracker Jacks. Anyways, and then last but certainly not least, God of War Ragnarok. Man, wow. They gave us a trailer. We saw, Kratos. We saw Atreus. We saw some new characters. We saw Freya still when she came back. We saw a little glimpse of Thor. More on that later. We saw some more concept art, right? And then we saw some new characters. Don't really remember their names, but they look pretty cool too. Oh, you got their names down?
Hold on, I have it. I can just hold on a second. I had it somewhere. And
Oh, okay.
anyway, I think it's here is their God of War. Jesus, I can't stop doing this.
Oh, Tyr.
There you
Tyr,
go.
yeah.
Because he's their God of War.
Right.
Yeah.
They didn't see Tyr.
Mostly him.
That's a tall boy. That is a tall boy.
He's a tall boy. That's a tall glass of water.
Yeah, that man is tall. But oh man, but it looks great. It just looks like your classic God of War, like what we've seen in 2018. 2018's God of War, and oh man, I'm here for it. But the one big question mark at the end of the trailer, again, no release date. All right, this show, the showcase, could have been really renamed like PlayStation No Release Showcase. But go ahead.
You're right, but before we get into this thing,
Yeah,
let's sink our
you
teeth
want to
into
bask more
God of
into God of
War a
War?
bit.
Sure,
Yes, because all they really had to show was God of War 1.5. We would have been sold.
sure.
We would have been here for it. We would have loved it. You got a trailer. You instantly saw Kratos, and this time they built. Remember, the last time we saw the first trailer, we saw Atreus, and then Kratos came out. Now it's vice versa. You saw Kratos right away, and then you saw an older Atreus.
Right, a little
And then,
prepubescent.
yep. And when you see him, he has the deer.
Right.
Before he had to, you went on the journey with him to go hunt the deer, and it's to let you know time has happened.
Sure.
These characters are different in both ways.
Right.
They've grown since the last time we've seen these characters, and I thought that was so masterfully done in the trailer to let you know if you played the game, you get the subtle nuances, and I really dug it. And I like that it's snowing because before Ragnarok happens, it's the long winter beforehand, and it's snowing. You see Kratos in his sick outfit.
Oh yeah.
And oh my, and I love how they did Atreus. Like he just looks like it reminded me. I'm like, oh, it's I think of Dragon Ball Z, so I'm like, oh, it's Teen and Atreus. Like it's like Teen Gohan.
Yeah, yeah,
He's
yeah.
Teen Atreus. And I really dug it, and just the fidelity of this game, the
Yeah.
graphics, the minute details. Oh my, like I can't wait for this game.
Same.
It just was a beautiful Santa Monica Studios. As oh my, if there's a podium, definitely top three contender.
Oh
Like
yeah.
right now, with this show, it just lets you know that Sony really does have something special. They dominated last year's console cycle for a reason. It was on show. Before I get into the negatives, I want to get into the positives.
Yeah.
I think this is one of it because this showcase really showed what came before and what's come to the future, and I was really excited for it. And the God of War was just amazing, and they showed some gameplay, way more gameplay than I thought we were gonna see.
Yeah, I that is true. There was a lot of gameplay, which, man, I don't know. Like, that's what led me to wonder, like, why is there no release date? You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like there's a lot of gameplay, which seems like, man, they have a lot done in this game. So it's just like, why haven't we gotten a release date? That's a little concerning.
Maybe it's from what we heard before with Horizon, like the VO work and the mocap.
Yeah,
Maybe the reason why we saw so much gameplay because it's easier to do than the actual story stuff, and that's what
great
they're
point.
waiting on.
it's a great point.
So it could be that legitimate issue, and like I said before in a previous podcast, God of War can take all the time they want.
Oh yeah, for sure. I'm glad you mentioned that though, because I gotta ask you a question. So if you could put a date on it, when do you think?
Oh, it's not coming out 2022. They said 2022. It's not coming out.
You don't think so at all?
I think it's coming out early 2023.
Okay, gotcha.
And that is just because of the times and because the state of the world and legitimate issues. I think this game probably would have, because remember this is PS4, PS5.
Right.
They apparently have a new director, and there's a lot of components. And this new director is dealing with God of War, a mega franchise.
Yeah.
While in the midst of a pandemic, hasn't seen it. It's a lot for a new director. So I'm really interested in this game.
Same here.
I hope there's a documentary like there was for Raising Kratos.
Oh my god, what a great documentary! And yeah, no, I hope so too. I really do. Hell, I'd be happy. Like, hey, maybe hit us with that documentary beforehand. Get us a little more hype. Why not? Maybe throw that out there. Give us that next year. At least, right? Yeah, give us something. Oh man. So yeah,
Show a little calf.
like you said, I want to add on to that here because yeah, I feel the same way. I feel like a lot of these games are really being impacted just with the way the world is. That's why you're seeing like there's not a lot of release dates because I feel like you're seeing a lot of uncertainty. That's really what it is because that's kind of the state of the world right now. We're uncertain. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like it makes sense. And I've been saying it. Like I've even said that I think PlayStation. I think this year and even next year, I don't think it's gonna have the bangers that you're expecting from PS4. Maybe 2023, but like I just feel like it's going to be a little light, a little soft come this year and next year or the end of this year. We know the end of this year is going to be soft besides what we're only getting Deathloop. That's the last thing, right? That's literally it. And then, maybe what the director's cut of Death Stranding, like that doesn't really count.
There's another game I can't remember what it's called. It's like a new IP.
Oh, you're talking about Kenna Bridge of Spirits?
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
it.
which that should be coming out soon too. I know it got like a few week delay, I think at the time, but it's still coming out this year, so supposedly.
It sounds like a few week delay is probably just a shipping issue, like something dumb.
Yeah, they said it's just
Like
like slight polishing or something, like it's just something small. And it looks and that game looks cool too. But again, it's not really like a system seller. You're not gonna go out of your way to go to get a PS5 to play that game. But yeah, it is what it is. Anything on this list so far that you wanted to go over before I got a question?
I still want to go on. I want to go to God of War because I
Okay,
want to
yeah,
talk
please.
about. I wanted to ask you on camera, what did you think of Thor? It's a hot topic right now.
It is a hot topic. So, and it's so funny because like I even talked to Ani about it too. Now, are you referring to the concept art that we saw? Like the. So I thought about it some more, and so far I like it. I like it a lot, actually. Like I know a lot of people are comparing it to the Thor from the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Little the chubby Thor, or whatnot. Look, I think it's cool. I saw I saw a tweet one time, or not too long ago, where they said that in like Norse mythology, or if you read about Norse mythology, Thor was known for drinking and feasting. So like why I don't be surprised, like you shouldn't even be surprised if this dude's like fighting a serious hangover as he's trying to whoop your ass. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of where so it's just like so I think it's on the money. Like I think he looks, we saw his brothers in the first one, and we saw what happened to them, so we know he's pissed. He has to be. So and they didn't have his same body style, but they weren't like the skinniest of folk, right? They were they weren't chubby or anything like that. But I don't know. I like his look. I think he looks awesome. I think like just the facial, like from his face, I'm like, man, he looks like he could really throw down. Like he wants to get into a bar fight. He looks like a biker, I guess if you will. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's got this biker look. Like where's his leather chaps at? But but so yeah, so I like the way he looks. I think he looks awesome.
To me, and I thought it was interesting. I didn't. That's fascinating the way you perceived it, because the way I perceived it
Hmm.
is I felt like he looked like a more traditional super body lifter. Like
Oh,
if you
okay.
see these mega lifters,
Oh
they're
yeah.
like chubbier dudes because they're just eating to get muscle to
Right.
get bigger.
Yeah.
So I think so when I saw his body type at first I was like, oh, he's fat, but then I was like thinking about it more, and you talk about, like, you think about like the mountain. The mountain isn't shredded. Well,
Right.
he is now, but like when he was competitive bodybuilding, it was just all mass.
Yeah. Exactly.
So I thought it was more akin to, how they say, like, oh, he has Viking blood in him,
Yeah.
and that's why he's a mammoth of a man. And I think that's more akin to that. And I actually, the more on, like, once I start thinking about it, I'm like, oh, this is awesome.
Yeah.
And they said in the after show thingy, this is gonna wrap Norse mythology part of the story.
Oh, really? Interesting.
They're like, Ragnarok is happening in this game,
Oh, okay. That's
and,
that's
and
cool.
yeah, so it's real interesting.
Did you
I
have
think
any other questions?
any other statements on God of War?
Yeah.
No, that
Well, I
was
have a question for you about God of War. It kind of triggered one now, because so like you said, this is gonna wrap up Ragnarok. So if let's say if there's a sequel, where do they go from here?
I want to do like some things that are not too popular, like maybe like the Mayan gods and stuff like that.
Oh,
Like do like
okay.
the like some do something like that. It's not too popular, and that like you can really like with obviously with Greek stuff, it's been done to heck.
Yeah.
And people love it,
Yeah.
and like with Thor and everything going on, it was an easy like maybe something a little less. So you can be more creative about it,
Okay.
and people won't have their preconceived notions attached to it. That's why I think Thor is such a hotbed because we are thinking of the Hemsworth and the
Right.
Marvel Cinematic Universe. I'm like, what if you had like because like there's a panther god and like oh it's just like there'll be like a panther in the background chilling
Right.
and then you're like oh you didn't realize it was this one god looking at you the whole time you just thought it was a crazy animal,
Yeah.
you know. And I like that you see the hints of Odin in this trailer with like the ravens showing all over the place, like he's watching you the whole time.
Right. Right.
I was like this is some bangs.
See, I would, and we know that this exists because from the first one here. I would like to go into more Egyptian mythology. I think that would be,
Right.
yeah, I think that would be cool. You know what I'm saying? So like, I
Yeah.
think they should try that. Maybe even that. That's just where I'm at here. Last question, unless you have any more questions. But Blue Point.
Oh, I
Where's Blue Point? What happened?
know, right?
What's going on? Like so they so we do, from what we know as far as the Blue Point thing here, is that they made the same, and we talked about this before. They had an image that said welcome to the family, talking about Housemark, but they also released one for Blue Point. They had two made, and they weren't just like just thrown together. Like they actually had some detail in it where it said Blue Point, and it even had the games in the back. It had a Returnal in the back, so they did some work with it. So it's just like, did they just never get Blue Point? Like, what are we doing? So, I don't know.
No, because maybe they didn't want to overshadow. I thought it was going to happen for sure because the previous, earlier in the week, PlayStation bought another studio.
Oh, that's right.
So I thought they were getting ahead of it because they didn't want it to, like, they wanted to give both consoles or more, both studios their shine.
Right.
But maybe they're, like, maybe they just didn't deem it worthy for a video game showcase.
Maybe. You could be
Because
right.
it was only video games. It was like 40 minutes of straight video games.
Yeah.
And maybe they like, it doesn't fit with it.
Overall, what would you grade the show? Like, what do you think about the show?
I gave it like I give it a 7.
Okay. I think I'm a little higher. I would probably go 7.8 if I want to be like, I don't want to give it a full 8, but I want to get a little under just because like I feel the beginning was a little slow. I do love the whole game after game after game after game. That's the way you got to do it, right? That's all, like, it's amazing. But and I love the last 10 minutes, great. And this is not to Sony's fault, but the lack of release dates, I gotta give it a few hits for that. And then the same thing, like I said, just the first, I would say 30 minutes, got to give it some hits off of that. So I'm a little bit higher than 7, but definitely not in the 8. I wouldn't go with 8.
See, the reason why you're saying 7.8 is the reason why I'm giving it 7 because I'm being nice. I think because the highs hit high, but the lows were lows, and even the highs came with drawbacks.
Right.
Now, upon reviewing, I want to give it like a 6.5. The highs were great, but they came at a cost.
Sure.
Of war. You got all this great gameplay, phenomenal. Nothing. They didn't even show like a 2022. They just ended it.
Right.
Gran Turismo, instead of it being in the trailer, you found out afterwards it's coming out in March. Like, why didn't you just say March?
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Here. Oh, yeah. So it's like, why is this happening? And even with KOTOR, timed exclusive.
Yeah.
Like, you could have just said it there. And you're being backhanded about it. And it just sucks because there's so much good that was here. But you just kept and it's okay to be like, hey, we don't have a release date. Then maybe it's just one of these things. Like, yeah, we do want to see this. We do want to see Wolverine. We do want to see all these KOTOR and all this other stuff. If you don't have a date, if it's not ready to show, don't show it.
Right.
Then you could potentially walk yourself into a Halo Infinite situation where you have a game coming out for like 17 years.
Yeah.
Don't want that.
No, definitely don't want that. And yeah, no, I see what you're saying here. I think I think the KOTOR, I'll give them a little, I guess a little, what's the word here I'm thinking of here?
Give him some slack.
Yeah, give him some slack, I would say, only because like I know those contracts could be a little stupid sometimes, and you know what I'm saying, like, so I get that, you know, maybe you don't want to show that immediately. Oh yeah, timed exclusive. But yeah, like you said, but Gran Turismo 7, the fact that we know that it's March, or at least they already told us March, yeah, there's no excuse for that one for sure. So yeah.
I just felt like it kept happening, especially like with Uncharted. They didn't even tell you the title of the game. They just told you it was coming to PC and pieced out. You're like,
Right.
what? What?
See,
What?
I didn't even know about the collection. I just thought they were just both individual games coming to PC and PS5. That's really what I thought.
It's supposed to be a collection. That's yeah.
Okay.
It's just you see what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, no,
Sony.
it's
This sucks because you know what this reminds me of.
what's
It
that?
reminds me of PS3 Sony, and it's really irking me. Like, there's some great things that happened in the PS3 genre, but there was a lot of attitude that came with it as well. Like, Sony just thought their shit didn't stink. And to me, this is what it reminds me. I'm like, you do have the banger games. You showed God of War. You showed
Right.
Wolverine. You showed Spider-Man 2, the highest install base on the PS4 game-wise.
Right.
Like a beloved franchise. You're showing all this. There's no reason why I should be saying anything overly negative about these games and a showcase.
Right. I hear you.
And it sucks. It's disappointing, and I don't. And like I feel like I'm being the negative Nancy here, but it's just let's call a spade here. If Xbox or Nintendo, I think even Nintendo did something like this, even they would get shit that Sony
Really?
is not getting.
I don't think so. I think if Nintendo did this, Nintendo fans would be like, "Yes, please, sir. May I have another?" Because that's just how Nintendo fans are. That's just me, though.
Yeah, and Nintendo fans. I'm talking like mainstream media.
Right, right. No, I'm sure mainstream media will give them flack for it. But like, so I guess so. Let me ask you a question here, because like I don't. Let me see. How do I position this? Like I agree with what you're saying here. I don't disagree, but like is anybody saying that on social media though? You know what I'm saying? Like have you seen that at all? Like is anybody giving it any crap?
People are giving a little bit, but I feel like nowhere near enough. People just talk about it in passing. People are
Right.
like, "Oh, this, but this," and I'm like, "Guys, what?" I get it. It's almost like I understand. It's just one of these things. Like, PlayStation has earned this goodwill
Sure.
through the last gener. Like, honestly, last generation totally had it on their back. They
Yeah.
they won the console wars, not even close.
Right.
You know
Right.
what I'm saying? And it's just, when does this run out?
No.
When do we
Sure.
stop giving them this pass?
You see, I think when I see this, I think maybe people are a little more understanding just with how the world that we're living in. You know what I'm saying? I just think we're seeing a lot of games getting hit by the pandemic. Like you said, I mean, I know you said with Halo, how long we've been waiting for it. I know, granted, not all of it was because of the pandemic, but a lot of it was. It's like a good portion of it was. So it's just like I feel like people are a little more understanding for some reason now, maybe, and not for some reason, but for that reason. So maybe they are just a little more understanding. I don't think you can keep doing this. I think eventually, yes, people are gonna like call you out on your BS. They're gonna, and they're gonna start throwing fire out there. But yeah, no, I don't think. I think what you're saying definitely holds weight. I don't, like I said, I don't disagree at all. I just feel like maybe people are just a little more understanding is what it is. Like I guess what I'm trying to get at is I don't necessarily think it's too much like you said, that PS3 attitude. I just think I know it kind of comes off that way, but I just feel like it's just more of a like I guess we're seeing them, like the delays. I feel like we're seeing it all over the place. The difference is that Sony's not like, hey guys, we apologize, this is being delayed because of the pandemic, or because like they're not being transparent about it. They're just kind of just like, okay, here you go, that's it, we're leaving now. You know what I'm saying? So, and maybe that, yeah, you could argue, or you could argue that, yeah, absolutely, could that be very PS3? Like, sure, why not? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like they should be more transparent. If anything, the only reason probably why I'm kind of like I'm okay with Halo Infinite right now is because they're being so transparent. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the only thing that kind of has me sort of coming back or like hoping for the best. You know what I'm saying? Because like if you would have asked me about Halo like a year ago, I would have told you Halo's dead. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, so I don't know. That's all I have to say.
Hey, no. I think that's a good point. I think if we talked about it anymore, we just run around in circles.
Right.
What did you? So, But any parting words for the kids?
No, I mean, the only, I guess what I normally leave the people with, you know what I'm saying? I just want to let you all know, love each other, take care, and above all else, be cool.
This has been a microtransaction.